Why is this already off the rails? Oh my god,
Is it
literally
never
3
not?
seconds in.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Last Lions of Noobs and Men. I'm Liam.
I'm Sean.
And
And
yeah, a bit of a different setup. We're both at home.
yeah,
Um,
we're not in lockdown. We're too lazy to meet up with each other.
we live on opposite ends of the city, it's
Yeah. I don't want to
too
go to the north side. I would like to not be stabbed.
Oh, I don't want to go south side. I'd rather not be a hipster.
Respect.
All right. Yeah, so we've been challenged.
We've
We've
been
been heroic
challenged.
challenged
Yes.
by the Mediocre Ranger.
Yes.
Which came out of the blue for us.
Yeah.
Just
I
this
was
morning.
just scrolling through my YouTube and I saw I heroic challenged another YouTube channel. I was like, oh, sick. Let's see what that's about. Clicked on it and I saw our little name written on a piece of paper and went, oh, that's us.
That's us.
Sick.
Yeah.
So hey, look, I guess that's how you get a collab in. You just
just make the video.
you just make a video, you just do it. So here we go. We're not
Yeah,
one down, we're not one to back down from a challenge. So here we are.
Exactly. So we've been challenged to make a list that challenges the Dark Lord himself, Sauron. Full challenge is Sauron and 21 orcs with a banner at 550 points, and we've got to make a list that can theoretically
Sauron.
But yeah, so what are the restrictions? What's
we
the
had a
challenge
couple of
that's been laid
restrictions
in front of us?
So we couldn't use Gil-galad or Elendil, some of the bigger Sauron killers. Also, they died to him, so he's useless.
Yeah, exactly.
They're clearly useless. We can't use Aragorn and Narsil or Andoril. Can't use Azog with his 3+ hero wounds, which would have been mint.
Oh yes.
Can't use King of the Dead, which with his drained soul also would have been mint.
Yeah, or anything with Morgul blades, which also would have been
Morgul blades.
Great.
That's usually, like, for the most part, that's how you deal with Sauron.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, deal with Sauron without dealing with Sauron the way you would deal with Sauron.
Yeah, which we thought was really interesting.
Yeah, most definitely, and that's what captured us. That's what brought us in.
And we really we threw it to the lads as well. So we've got lists from most of the group and or suggestions, and it was some interesting ideas popped up. Some quick mentions. I mean, some omissions were anyone with Banish could do a good job.
Yep.
So
Galadriels, your Gandalfs, yeah. Anyone with Banish, especially this new Galadriel that we're going to be seeing,
like siege weapons. Obvious.
I threw out Tom the Troll for his lingering cold special rule. So that's the one where you sneeze on him, you use a point of will to sneeze on an opponent, and they lose half their fight for that turn. You can only do it 3 times in a game, but
and Sauron does have drain will, so most players would probably just go, okay, Tom, catch you later. You don't have any will.
Yeah, so then suddenly it's 120 points of just the troll, but would still be useful to kill orcs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the 3 trolls could do some damage, potentially. To some actual lists that some of the lads put together.
So we'll start off with should we start off with Dylan or Sean?
Let's chuck Dylan's in there. So Dylan's another lad that we're going to get on the channel soon.
You would have seen him on the channel shaking a rattle can outside at the end of one of our videos at some point.
That was Dylan, yeah.
I'm pretty sure also his head might have shown up, just randomly popping up during a battle rep at some point.
But his suggestion, which I think is his go-to answer for almost any list building challenge, throw the Balrog at it.
Balrog and Shatter Shamans.
yeah, so the Balrog and 3 Shatter Shamans would fit in 550. However, up
Sauron's
against
got a few things to negate.
Up against the little horde of orcs he's got, it's going to be the Shatter Shamans are going to be reduced to 2.
Yes.
And chuck a bunch of base goblins in there with various shields and spears. So it'll be, I think, 10 at 50 points.
Something like that.
So, yeah. I mean, the idea of that is fairly obvious. If you break enough of Sauron's shit, he's going to have a bad time against the Balrog specifically.
Obviously, you can't break the One Ring, which is fair enough, but you should be able to, and I say should because there's probably some FAQ
potentially
hidden somewhere. So if there is, let us know. But shatter his mace, shatter his armor.
Yeah, there's
just shatter.
As far as I'm aware, there's nothing.
Yeah, and it's on a 3+ as well, so it's pretty. Well, unless you roll like Dylan does with his shatter, which he loves a 1.
Does level 1.
Does level 1.
But with six will to cast shatter on a 3+, the only thing is Sauron is resistant to magic and gets a free will every turn with 6 will base.
Yes.
So he's got a lot of will to resist, but as a dice game, he can always botch it and suddenly be unarmed and dealing -1 on duels and -1 on wounds. So that's pretty tasty. Damage if he wins the fight. At strength 9. What was he, strength 9?
Yeah, strength 9 D going up against D10. So needing 5.
So 5s on 4 dice. Yeah.
So that's pretty good. We'll move on to Sean Kirkby's list. Now he didn't quite understand the assignment.
To be fair, it was a little bit. It's are you killing Sauron or are you winning a fight against that? Like, are you winning an objective game or something like that?
So we'll start off with Warband number 1, I guess. So Warband number 1 is Meriadoc, Captain of the Shire, with 15 Hobbit archers. Warband number 2 is Farmer Maggot, Grip Fang Wolf, 9 Hobbit militia. Warband number 3 is Frodo of the Nine Fingers, 12 Hobbit militia. Warband number 4, Lobelia Sackville Baggins, 6 Hobbit militia. Warband number 6, Fredegear Bolger with 4 Hobbit militia. And the real kicker to the list, Warband number 5, old mate Tom Bombadillo.
Tom Bombadil makes that list any kind of viable. Like at all. If the goal is trying to kill Sauron, that list stands no chance without Tom Bombadil.
Essentially, I think his plan would be throw Tom Bombadil into Sauron until he's dealt with all of the orc, and then with the rest of his hobbits, and just wait for Sauron to not roll a 6 whilst he has however many models fit around Sauron's base.
He's got 50 spare models thereabouts. So even if Sauron's winning, he's killing 4 or 5 hobbits a turn. That's still not a lot of. You're gonna have at least 15 fights or something with that list.
He's got a fair bit of might. I probably should have looked up how much might he has, but
it'd be along the lines of, I think it's
technically infinite might, because Tom Bombadil can give back might on a 2+.
True. He's got his restoration thing. Yeah,
it's definitely more of a viable. Like, it is a viable list for sure. But Sean,
the one thing I'd change
was like, this list, I'm just going to play objectives, and we're like, Sean,
you've got to kill Sauron. But yeah, Tom definitely makes that viable, because Tom also has banishment as well. So he's also doing a good deal against Sauron. And the only thing I'd change.
Oh yes, I was about to say is Tolpenny.
Yeah, Boldo Tolpenny. But just because I love the idea of Sauron taking a wound from a fucking Hobbit stone. Imagine. Oh my god, it'd be beautiful.
He auto wounds on the hit of a 6, similar to Ori. So Ori would be another good shout with his slingshot.
The only thing that makes Boldo better than Ori, though, to be fair, like, his weapon, he can move half and shoot and that kind of stuff. But Boldo standing still, he's re-rolling wounds to hit. So if you roll like a 4 or something, you're like, oh, I've hit, but I want a 6. You re-roll. You just keep going.
So it's a hobbit missile.
You just keep going until you get that 6, and then Sauron takes a wound. Sauron takes a wound from a stone. Tom obviously is like huge against Sauron, but other than that, I think that list probably melts a little bit against Sauron. Even against 20 orcs, that list probably has a bird time.
It struggles. But we'll move on to our next one because we don't want to make this video too long.
True. We'll do mine next, yeah?
Yeah. Do you want to read out your list?
Yeah, so old mate Daniel, Mediocre Ranger, made a slight error. So he's removed a lot of the lads that have auto wounds with Morgul Blades or Chill Soul, except for the Necromancer. So this also has a little bit of a sneak peek into what Sean ended up doing, because this is when we discovered, hey, Mirkwood spiders.
That's a thing that Sauron can't really do too much against.
Yeah, Sean chucked it in chat, and my immediate thought was, oh no, Sauron has like unlimited fate. But the One Ring only kicks in when he's on 1 wound left, and it doesn't actually say it's a fate roll, it just counters wounds. Yep. So Mirkwood spiders on a 5+ can just paralyze Sauron.
Exactly.
So we realizing this, I decided, I like the idea of taking the Necromancer up against Sauron. So Necromancer, 5 Mirkwood spiders, and I decided to take the Dark Headsman as one of the wraiths. So not only do wraiths have all their special rules around the Necromancer, where they had their special rule in general where they can come back.
Resurrection.
Yes, but the Necromancer gives them a +1, and they're fight 5, 2 attacks kind of thing. But the Dark Headsman on 6s, on the roll of a natural 6 to wound, he does D3 wounds. So failing Chill Soul from the Necromancer, who only has 1 attack, but the new Legendary Legion does give him 2, I believe, or will
2 attacks and 2 spells.
That's right. Wait, 2 spells, really? Yeah. Yeah, so with 1 attack at Chill Soul, if Sauron is paralyzed, he's going to have 2 attacks because he will count as prone. And then the Headsman, 4 attacks on a 6, D3 wounds. Eventually Sauron's either going to get Chill Souled or fail that fate roll. But yeah, Drain Soul is the word I think the special ability I'm thinking of. So if he does take a wound and doesn't pass it with fate, then he dies outright. Which I wonder how that plays with the One Ring. I've never actually read an errata on that.
The One Ring rule does state if removed as a casualty.
Oh, okay, so yeah, if he was to be removed as a casualty, then he's going to get the One Ring roll. But he would only get the 1 roll.
Yeah, he only gets the 1 wound back. Yeah, so it loses his last wound or would be removed as a casualty.
So yeah, then he would only get the 1 wound back then, though, because
if he gets
does
his 2+.
just do. Yeah, as
so
in
you're breaking the Mordor army because you've done all the wounds you need. So
yeah. And it's also just got a bunch of Hunter Orcs, because I figure the 2 attacks, I think it's 11 Hunter Orcs with a banner. So 12 Hunter Orcs. The 2 attacks should hold up the 20-odd orcs for long enough.
But I think the general summary of that is, as you've written here, orcs tie up Sauron's orcs, or the Hunter Orcs tie up Sauron's orcs, the spiders paralyze, the big bastard being Sauron, Necromancer drain soul, and or Headmaster has some hits with his D3 wounds.
Yeah.
So
eventually Sauron's going to die. The whole list, and quite a few of our lists, it's all like pretty reliant on Sauron eventually failing that 2-up save. Eventually you're going to roll a 1.
That's how you deal with him in general, is you just pray.
There's nothing there in the game that
He's
can kill him
the
without
biggest.
him getting that rule.
He is the biggest. So that's it. We'll move on to my list.
Your list is so good. I fucking love it.
I kind of want to run this at 550 points. So we've got the Spider Queen, 5 Mirkwood spiders. We're allying in some Moria here. So we've got Durbers, because you've got to
because you have to
hero of valor because it's yellow.
They're a yellow alliance. Yep.
You've got Druzag, 7 giant spiders, and 1 bat swarm. So that's 550 points on the dot, 16 models, and 8 points a mile. Yeah. So
nice.
I think the big, I guess you would say, the linchpin is Enrage Beast on
absolutely on the Spider Queen. Yeah.
So what she goes to 6 attacks.
Channeled Enrage Beast on the charge. She's got 6 attacks. She's fight 9 because she gets +3. Channeled Enrage Beast is +3 fight value, attacks, and courage. So she's courage 7. So she's probably going to be able to charge Sauron.
Yes. She
even
does
if
go to fight 9.
Yeah, and even if she
and if you really want, you can strike.
Fury. Oh, you can strike as well, yeah. Sorry, I was trying to think of courage, because Druzhag's Fury affects spiders, so she would actually auto pass if you did run her in. And yeah, so she's fight 9, 5 attacks with +1 on the charge with monstrous charge. Courage 7. If Sauron doesn't strike, they're tying fights. If he does, you can strike. You're both tying fights anyway then. And if you win, because you are a higher strength than him, you're knocking him down.
So that brings up to 12 attacks.
12 attacks.
12 attacks. Re-rolling failed wounds. You're wounding him on 5s.
With venom, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, it's great. Then obviously you got your Mirkwood spiders for the paralyze. That's their whole thing. Durbers is just Durbers.
Durbers can attack some gobbies, some orcs, whatever.
He can heroic combat through some orcs.
Exactly.
Druzag, Enrage Beast, and Fury for all the spiders. And then you got your...
And the bats.
And your bats. You've got your 7 giant spiders because they're fight 4, 2 attacks.
So they'll clean through some orcs.
Yeah, they're going through orcs. And then you got your bat swarm to try and knock down old mate's fight value as well.
Yeah. This is easily, I think, the best list to do it against him. It's got like 3 contingencies. So like, the paralyze doesn't go off. Okay, so you're still out fighting him with the Spider Queen enraged, channeled. Enraged channel didn't really work. He's still alive. Bat swarm's halving his fight value. And then you've got another chance to paralyze still. Like it's huge. You can also enrage.
I just want to say, he has 5 points of will.
Yes, yeah.
Druzag has 5 points of will.
Yeah, Druzag has 5 points of will. He's easily able to do.
Everything's cast on a 3+.
Yeah.
He's got 2 points of might to bump it up if he rolls that 2s or 1s. So
yeah, well, he's got a channel if he's going to channel Enrage Beast.
You can channel as well. You can channel Enrage Beast. Sorry, yeah.
So actually, channeled Enrage Beast and then channeled Fury, or channeled Fury first and then channeled Enrage Beast, because then because Enrage Beast does the Strength 10 hit after the fact on the monster that you enrage.
Yes.
So because the Spider Queen doesn't have any fate, she would immediately just take that hit. Well, if it wounds her, which I think she's D4.
She's D4.
Yeah. So she's probably going to get wounded by a Strength 10 hit, but you can try and resist that with a Channeled Fury. And Channeled Fury on a bunch of the spiders as well with 2 wounds. Yeah, like
it's a top list. I quite like it.
It's a dangerous list.
Yeah. The most serious list that we've been given.
Yes.
Yeah, this one's by old mate Jules. So his first list contribution to any of our like group list building challenges that we do for each other. So we've done Gondor in the past. We've done Men of the West. We've done what else? Elves at some point, I think. So we've done a few just for ourselves. And Jules has contributed with his new puppy. Just slap the new puppy on the table. And
just throw him on the table. Sauron doesn't stand a fucking chance.
Exactly. Just watch it do its thing.
Watch it eat up that like $80 model.
That's the list we're going to take. Mr. Mediocre Ranger. Jules's new puppy.
Try and beat us. I don't think you
come
can.
At us. That's it. We'll take our mic point back right now.
We'll take that. Take that mic point back.
D3 mic points for winning the heroic challenge.
I think you're right. We do win the heroic challenge. Huge shout out to the Mediocre Ranger for giving us this challenge.
The biggest shout out. We love a good challenge here at the Last Alliance of Noobs and Men.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you've got some nifty little battle reports going on. I'm loving the narration you got going on, the storytelling. That's great. Some good stuff. Definitely go and check them out, please.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're in the mood for some more battle reports,
who isn't though? That's the question.
It's a great channel to watch.
It's a great time.
All right.
We still want Mr. Mediocre Ranger. We still want that video of you crying though.
Yeah,
even though even though we accept it, we demand a crying video.
All right. Keen to see a response from you, mate. If you think we've done all right, think we've hit the brief. If you think we've met the challenge,
definitely respond some way and let us know how we did, because we would absolutely love to hear your thoughts on our lists.
Absolutely.
I'll definitely put up some pictures of the list throughout the videos, and maybe some pictures of the models. We don't have any, so we'll just steal them off the Games Workshop website. Don't sue us.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. If there's anything else you'd make your own list, chuck it in the comments.
Always. We would love to see how you guys would deal with him. Would you take it a different route? Would you do what I was going to do and just take Dale? Because Dale.
Take the Windlands, right?
It's a siege weapon. We said siege weapons were good.
They're good, right?
That's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Give us a like, follow, subscribe, YouTuber stuff. Jump onto our Instagrams, Last Alliance of Noobs and Men, and make sure you definitely go and check out the Mediocre Ranger. Go give him some love.
All right, everyone. Have a good one. Catch you later.
Bye. Cool. How do I stop recording?